Hi, this video is about the preferences and some settings in computation parameters and meshing that I normally use in FlowHow. Uh, of course, you can decide yourself what you're using, but this is my suggestion. For the preferences, I use English. Computation, I correct this. If I have a license for 8, I correct this to 8. Then you avoid a pop-up window each time you upload to a calculation server. Then file, I normally use this automatically save the file every 5th minute. When you're in meshing, you need to save. After the final check, you don't need to save anymore. About the others, I have these check marks. By the way, I'm in Moldex 3000 and sorry, Moldex 3D 2023 release 3. Uh, here I don't change anything. Here I change for the highest number and the lowest number, so I avoid the scientific notification with the E in -12 and so on. Maybe 12, but -6. Here I changed a bit for a bit more smooth picture. About the e-design, I have this one ticked on and this setup for the solid. I normally use this. You don't have to change this one, but if you need maybe 15 layers, okay, it could be nice. I use the biasing, and then I take away this create mode base during final check, and also this one. And I don't allow non-matching. I always match the surfaces. Display. I don't change anything except from snap. I go from advanced to classic mode, so I get it open all the time. And yeah, then sometimes I change this, but in general could be okay with 100, 100, 100. Customize, nothing here. You can, not in this setup, you can change the things, and you have also a view of what's happening when you're controlling the mouse. This was the preferences. Change this, close this one, open again, and it's saved. Next step is the meshing. What I normally use is for the geometry meshing, it's actually just 3 different ways. The geometry, which is solids, curve meshing, and hybrid meshing is not really used normally, except from injection compression or these kind of things. Part, I use 5 boundary layers as default and automatic. For the part insert, it's different from time to time. If I have metal parts, I use pure tetra. Otherwise, I use maybe 2 boundary layers or 4 boundary layers, 5 boundary layers. But it's not a problem having it for 5 boundary layers all the time. Runner, I use 5 boundary layers. Cooling channel, 5 boundary layers. Could be a bit overkill if you're not having yeah, if you're not calculating a CFD. Mold insert, 1 boundary layer. But the important is the part and the runner. For the computation, I want to make a template, and here I use customize, tick on this compressible flow. Then I in filling here, mark it, edit, go in and change this for in percentage, then it updates automatically always. And for the packing, I given normally 19 as a default, and then I change if I want more results through a simulation. Be aware that the packing doesn't always update when you make the packing time longer. If you copy the run and make it longer, then you have to adjust this out manually. Otherwise, use the default bottom down here. I use this normally to have a simple cooling time calculation already in the filling. Then I use the run fiber in case you have fibers. Well-lined particles I use. This is consuming a bit power, so you don't need this if you don't use this result. And then I use these two. Yes, I now take a save current user defined save current as default, because when you're in here now and this one is set to user defined, when you hit this default, it gets all these settings back. Then I have this. I tick this one off. It's not really important if you don't have long cooling channels. Cooling inside here, I use 15 maybe. 9 could also be a good number. And the solver parameters here, I have changed this to do more iterations, but it doesn't change much. Yeah, I only use transient, so the other I don't care about. So I'll say template setting, save current as default, okay. So for example, yeah. And the warp, I use tick all these on. If some are grayed out, it's related to the material that you have in your project. But if I have these on, and then I have this, and I have enhanced here, I go to and say save as default. Okay, these are my settings in this case. So of course there could be different setups depending on what material you're running, you're using, and also the process. If you have an extreme long cooling time or packing time, you should go in and adjust the computation parameters. Okay, bye bye.